Dr. FE Patil. In this video, we discuss about the polarization of light. That is, polarized light, unpolarized light, plane of vibration, plane of polarization, and one more point we discuss in this video, that is methods which is used for producing the polarized light. So there are three methods. First one is the polarization by reflection, second one is the polarization by refraction, and third method is there, that is double refraction. So but in this video we discuss only first method, that is polarization by reflection. So let us start with the polarization. Now, very simple definition is there, that is polarization is the process in which vibrations of the particle of the medium restrict only in one plane or restrict only in one direction, then it is said to be a polarization of light. For example, if this is the unpolarized light, which is, or this is the light which is passing through the element. So after passing this element or after passing of this light, the light will be restricted only in one direction, then it is said to be a polarization of light. So this is one direction like this. Okay, and that is nothing but the polarization of light. Okay, now after that we discuss about the polarized light. Polarized light. Okay. Now, if we represent a light by a dot, or consider this is the direction of propagation of light. Okay. Direction of propagation of light. And if we represent the light by dot in that line, see like this, then it is nothing but the polarized light, because this light restricts only in one direction like this. That is out from the plane of the paper, and hence it is said to be a polarized light. Similarly, if we represent light by a single arrow like this in that line, then it is also said a polarized light, because this is also unidirectional, one direction is there. Okay, like this. Okay, and this direction is like this, and hence both are the polarized light. Okay, now sometimes what happens, if we represent light by dot as well as by arrow like this, then this light will not represent it properly as a polarized light, because here if you see this figure, then it is observed that there are two directions. One is like this, or one represented by an arrow, and other light represent, or other direction is represented like this, that is by dot, and hence it is said to be a unpolarized light. Understood? Polarized light and unpolarized light. Simple definition is that unpolarized light means a light in which vibrations of particles restricted in all possible direction, then it is said to be an unpolarized light. And polarized light means what? A light in which vibrations of the particle restricted only one direction. Then it is said to be a polarized light. Understood? Now, after this, we discuss about the plane of vibration and plane of polarization. I will draw a diagram. Okay. On this path I will indicate by A, B, C, D, and this one is E, F, G, H. Okay. Now plane of vibration. Very simple definitions are there. Plane of vibrations. A plane which contain a direction of propagation of light. This is the direction of propagation of light. Okay, so plane of vibrations means what? It is the plane in which there is a direction of propagation of light as well as direction of vibration of the light. Then it is said to be a plane of vibration. So from this figure, the path A, B, C, D is nothing but the plane of vibration. Okay. Now plane of polarization means what? Very simple definition is that a plane which contains only a direction of propagation of light, there is no any vibration, then it is said to be a plane of polarization. So from this figure, the path E, F, G, H said to be plane of polarization. Understood? One more time I will explain. So polarization means what? Polarization, it is also a process in which vibrations of the medium of the particle or vibrations of the particle of the medium restrict only in one direction, either like this or like this. Then it is said to be a polarization of light. Okay. Now after that, polarized light or plane polarized light. Now if we consider a light or represent the light by dot, or if we consider this is the direction of propagation of light, and if we represent light by dot in that line, then it is said to be a polarized light, because one direction is there and which is like this. Understood? So this is the polarized light. Okay. Now similarly, if we represent a light by a single arrow in that line or in that direction of propagation of light, then it is also the polarized light, because the direction of that light is along like this, and this is the unidirectional. Okay, here also the unidirectional light is there, and hence it is nothing but the polarized light. Now if we represent light by dot as well as arrow, then it will not representing properly as a polarized light, because if we see this figure, then it is observed that there are two directions. One is like this, and other is like this. Okay, and therefore this light is nothing but the unpolarized light. For simple definition, unpolarized light means of the medium is along all possible directions, then it is said to be an unpolarized light. Or unpolarized light we can represent like this also. So this is also unpolarized light. Okay. Now after that we discuss about the plane of vibrations and plane of polarization. So plane of vibrations means what? You just keep in mind, plane of vibration means if there is a vibration as well as direction of propagation of light, then it is said to be a plane of vibrations. Understood? Or we can say that a plane which contains direction of propagation of light as well as direction of vibration of light, then it is said to be a plane of vibration. Okay? So from the figure, the path A, B, C, D is nothing but the plane of vibration. Now second second point, that is plane of polarization. Very simple definition is there. Plane of polarization means what? A plane which contains only the direction of propagation of light, there is no any vibration, then it is said to be a plane of polarization. Understood? So this is about the plane of vibration and plane of polarization. Now after that we discuss about the method which is used for producing the polarized light. And that method is said to be a polarization by reflection. So initially I will draw a diagram. This is XY surface. Okay, this is the normal, this is the incident ray. The ray will be reflected like this and refracted like this. So this is, we can say that unpolarized light or incident light. With an angle of incidence phi, this point is we consider as B, this is A, this one is C, this one is D. Okay? See, now this angle is okay. Now if we see this figure, then it is observed that when unpolarized light is incident on the surface XY, a part of light is reflected along BC and part of light is refracted along BD. Okay, but it is found that both the rays are partially polarized. At a particular angle of incidence, the reflected light is completely plane polarized, then it is said to be a polarization by reflection or polarizing angle. Understood? At a particular angle of incidence, reflected light or reflected beam is completely plane polarized, then it is said to be a polarizing angle. Okay? Now after that we discuss about the Brevester's law. Very simple law is that Brevester's law means what? According to Brewster, a tangent of angle of incidence or polarizing angle must be equal to the refractive index of the medium. So, tangent of polarizing angle or angle of incidence equal to refractive index of the medium, and that is nothing but the Brewster's law. Okay. Now from the figure, the angle CBD is equal to 90 degree. Okay. Again from the geometry, the angle phi plus angle R is equal to 90 degree. Okay. Now from this equation, we can write R is equal to what we get? 90 minus phi. Understood? Now after that, according to, or we know that the refractive index of the medium, we can write mu is equal to sine of the angle of incidence divided by sine of the refracted angle. Okay. So this is the refractive index of the medium. So here instead of this R, if we put 90 minus phi, then what we get? Sine phi divided by sine of 90 minus phi, and sine of 90 minus phi is equal to cos phi. So what we get? Sine phi divided by cos phi, and which is equal to tan phi. So finally we get mu is equal to tan phi, and that is nothing but the Brewster's angle. Brewster's law. What is the law? The tangent of angle of incidence must be equal to the refractive index of the medium. That is nothing but the Brewster's law. Okay. So one more time I will explain. Polarization by reflection is the first method which is used for producing the plain polarized light. Okay. Other two methods we'll discuss in next video. Okay. So in this method, here when unpolarized light is incident on the surface XY, a part of light is reflected along BC and part of light is refracted along BD. Okay. After that, this is the angle of incidence, angle of refraction is there. But after that, it is found that both the rays are partially polarized, not completely polarized. Understood? So at a particular angle of incidence, this reflected beam is completely plane polarized, then it is said to be a polarizing angle or polarization by reflection. Understood? After that, we discuss about the Brewster's law. Brewster's law is nothing but the tan of or tangent of the angle of incidence must be equal to the refractive index of the medium, and that is called as a Brewster's law. So here from figure we can write angle CBD is equal to 90 degree. Again from the geometry, the angle phi plus angle R we can write is equal to 90 degree. So from this equation we can write R is equal to 90 minus phi. But after that we know that the refractive index of the medium we can write mu is equal to sin phi divided by sin R. Here instead of this R, if we put 90 minus phi, then sin of 90 minus phi we get cos phi. And sin phi divided by cos phi is equal to we get tan phi. And finally we get mu is equal to tan phi, and that is nothing but the Brewster's law. And it states that tangent of the angle of incidence must be equal to the refractive